Hello everybody. Welcome to Zero Views. You're probably wondering, what's taken so long? Well, I've had work past 3 days and it's been hard to actually sit down and just record something without sounding completely incoherent. So, here's hoping this works. So, what's it called? We're going to be talking about RWBY Volume 4, the final episode of it today, episode 12. And then we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, episode 17. So, let us get into it. And before we do go, I'm going to just say this. I kind of have the sniffles, so be warned. So, anyway. Team Ranger is basically battling the Knuckle-V. The Knuckle-V. Nah, it's Knuckle-V, or whatever. The Knuckle-V Grim. It's a really cool fight. Spoiler alert, no one dies in this fight, but it's very, very tense. Both Nora and Ren, they get their auras depleted. RWBY and John are having not any real good effect on the Knuckle-V, even with John's new, his new weapon, or rather, his, upgraded weapon, because not only can he used the sword and shield now, and they're reinforced and stuff. But if he so chooses, he can keep the sword in the sheath and create a two-handed large buster sword mode. And while it hurts the Grim slightly, it isn't enough to actually completely turn the tide of the battle. So the first plan was to just run around while John got behind him and slashed at the horse's legs. That kind of worked until he slashed at the horse's legs. After that, because the Knuckle-V, it's basically an advertisement for ARMS, that the game that Nintendo's doing, because its arms can stretch out and it can pin people and can punch people and stuff. So basically, the next plan is, once Nora has Ren get his shit together, because Ren's been going rage mode this entire time. They pin the arms, and then Nora takes care of the horse. That way the horse doesn't completely start moving while Ren deals the finishing blows. So Ren gets out his father's knife that his father gave to him right before the Knuckle-V completely killed him. Ren cuts off the arms, gives a slow, nice executioner-like death, because it's the thing that's tormented his path. It's the thing that's tormented his past. It's the thing that's destroyed his hometown and stuff, his family. So he deserves to have a little inner monologue and take his time with it, because it's the end of his, not so much his arc, but I guess you could say his arc, because we started this in episode 2, and it was a very nice build-up. While the Grim, a lot of people are all like, oh no, this fight wasn't that great, it wasn't that threatening. I'm all like, nah, I mean, RWBY usually, can speed through and cut through things with ease. Not with this Grim. They actually had to go with 2 different battle tactics. 2 of their auras got depleted, and usually that means that's really bad in terms of how people react to that, because they said, if your aura falls below 16%, you can't continue fighting in the Vital Festival, right? If the aura is depleted, obviously that means it's a dangerous thing. So this was a really interesting fight. I actually liked the Knuckle-V in terms of a boss Grim. It just worked, and it was nice to see Team Ranger come together as a team and actually defeat this super powerful Grim. And I say it's super powerful because instead of just vanishing in smoke like usual, it makes this entire pillar of smoke, because that's how powerful it was. I'm assuming, anyway. So, the smoke actually attracts the attention of 2 airships on patrol, and they're able to get Crow airlifted to safety to Mistral just in time. So he gets the he gets the medical attention he receives and is recovering, with RWBY checking in with him in the room, and then she decides to write a letter to her sister, explaining the recent events and such. When we get a bunch of different scenes, I'll go with the scenes kind of in order as to what they happen. But basically, what happens is Weiss is basically sneaking away on a cargo airship to Mistral, hopefully before the whole we're going to close our borders thing that Ironwood wants to do. More than likely, yeah. Blake is going through a box of old possessions before she decides to go to Mistral, which hold it holds the White Fang's current flag, and then it has a blue flag with a regular White Fang background one. We see Yang, who is now on the ship, a very familiar ship as it was a ship from way back when Blake got on the boat. So we got a cameo appearance by the captain and his lieutenant again from that part. So it was nice to see some kind of little continuity. She basically takes off when she gets onto Anima, where where the capital Mistral is, and takes off. And she actually, she actually comes across a path in the road. Kuroyuri, where Ren used to live, where the Knucklevi was fought and killed. Now that the Knucklevi is gone, over the sign was painted over with bandits. Yang makes a remark about someone being in trouble when she finds them, and then heads off. It's ambiguous to where she went, but the way she sounded, it sounded like she was going to RWBY. Besides, why would she, if given the choice, would you go find your mother, who probably has no interest in you, since she didn't show up to help you the last time? Or are you going to go to your sister, who's out on a dangerous mission, and your father is worried about your sister and stuff? I have a feeling she's going to be going after RWBY. That's just me, though. We get some small scenes too, like Taeyang looking at a picture of Team Stark, and then this picture of Team RWBY pre-time skip and stuff. John's reflecting on Pyrrha's absence, and he has his sword and shield against the wall as he does so, and Ren places his father's dagger next to the sword and shield, and they just sit next to a bed and just stare at them, remembering the fallen and reflecting on past events and such. We see Oscar going to Mistral. Ilya meets with the Albane twins from Menagerie. Not sure what that scene was supposed to mean, but I'm assuming either she was reporting that she got her scroll taken from her, or that the scroll that was taken from her is possibly a ruse to lure Blake over to Mistral, because Adam is really obsessed with Blake. Cinder's continuing trading, and Salem has Emerald, provide Cinder with a hallucination of RWBY in order to attack it. And the interesting thing is, I noticed a lot of people are saying, why didn't they use Volume 1 model and stuff? And thing is, this is a completely new engine they're using. I believe they're using Maya instead of Poser. So with Maya, they didn't have the original outfits for the girls. It was just the time skip ones, and even then the original models too. And I doubt it would be easy to just port them over. So they did the next thing, which was just have RWBY's current model as the hallucination. I know a lot of people got bugged by that, but I see the technical limitations and why they couldn't do the old RWBY, you know what I mean? So RWBY finishes her letter around this point because all these things happen as she's writing her letter. You know, Crow's all like, "Hey, you know, normally I'm the one saving you," and their plan is to go see Professor Lionheart to see about to see what they're gonna do about the information. But the last scene, the last stinger before the credits roll, Mr. Watts, Professor Watts, has already arrived in his office, and he's all like, what's it called? It's suggested that Lionheart is the informant that Salem had ordered Watts to meet with. We don't know for sure, but either way, it looks like Mr. Lionheart is in league with Salem. So yeah, that's not really good. That's not good at all. But Watts makes a snide comment. He's all like, "You know, Salem always did say you were quite hospitable," as he like puts his like feet on the coffee table and starts taking a drink of like tea and whatever. And then credits roll, because of course while this volume was about healing and stuff, they had to give you like one last like little tense bit of a foreshadowing before they actually got to stuff. Anyway, so we have a post-credit scene though, which actually feels like a post-credit scene compared to the past two we've gotten. Basically, Oscar approaches Crow in a bar. Yes, Oscar walks into a bar, sees a Crow. Crow, is all like, "Hey, Pipsqueak, what are you doing?" And it's all like, "Don't you know kids aren't really allowed in here?" And the funny part about this though is how both characters, Oscar is voiced by the guy who did Alphonse, and a Crow is Vic Mignogna, Edward Elric. So seeing Edward call Alphonse a pipsqueak was great. Oscar's all like talking to Ozpin. Obviously, we can't hear what Ozpin's saying, but Oscar's all like, "I want my cane back," and Crow's like realizing, oh, so he decides to give it to him, and he's all like, "It's nice to see you again, Ozpin." And with that, Volume 4 ends completely. So yeah, I like this because it feels like an actual post-credits scene compared to, say, Volume 2, which was like a weird credit sequence. Like it was a weird dream sequence. Plus, it was kind of annoying that one episode later, you reveal the identity of the masked person as basically related to Yang's mom. And then with Volume 3, that one was just, oh hey, Crow's watching over them. He has Ozpin's cane and he flies off. That was kind of underwhelming. So, overall, Volume 4, for what it was doing, which was, trying to build character, having the characters grow a bit more and move forward and such, and as it was a time of healing, it worked well. A lot of people probably won't like this volume because of what drew them into RWBY, which is slightly annoying because it's like RWBY's more than action fights now, which is good. People may not like this volume, I don't know. I enjoyed the volume for the most part. Kind of wish we got to see more Watts, but something tells me we'll be seeing Watts a lot more in Volume 5. But yeah, overall, Volume 4, pretty good, and that ends my Volume 4 coverage on 0 views. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time anything RWBY related for Volume 5 pops up, I will talk about it. Depends on if it's a leaked video or not. I may wait for like official releases and stuff. If it's concept art that ends up on the internet, you bet your sweet bippy I'm going to talk about it. Alright, so Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, episode 17. So, the catalyst of this episode is a developer from Genmu. Basically, when Genmu, when Dan left, he's all like, the president left, our company's kind of in hard times. Okay, you know what? I'll complete a game he had listed for development but wasn't approved because they didn't have enough developers. So he creates Juju Burger, and once he completes it, the Bugster virus gets a hold of it and infects him, resulting in the Bugster of Burgermon. With Burgermon, though, he's like really excited, and Burgermon's not really hostile in the sense, since he came from the Juju Burger game, and while Burgermon is considered an enemy in that game, he doesn't attack. The point of Juju Burger is to create burgers to feed Burgermon in order to make him happy. So Burgermon's created, and he realizes, he's all like, oh, I have game disease. You know what? I'll take advantage of this, and he was also part of the Gashot development team, so he takes the Gashot, the Gashot creator slot thing that Dan uses. Apparently Dan had one in his office still. He takes that, creates the Juju Burger Gashot, and he's going to take Burgermon and himself to the CR. But Burgermon wants burgers, so he goes to get some burgers. This was all backstory, but we go to the beginning of the episode where Emmy was having the day off because Asuna thought, hey, he doesn't seem to be doing well. This Bugster thing seems to be going nowhere, and it seems to be getting kind of stressful for him. So let's have him take the day off. So he's playing a game, enjoying some orange juice and a nice juicy burger, when he reaches to grab for it. He realizes, hey, this burger's really big, and then he notices that there's some kind of thief, and then it's revealed to be Burgermon, who is trying to steal the burger. And Burgermon runs away, Emu chases after him, Taiga gets involved as well, and the two start fighting Burgermon, but Parrot shows up. He's all like, nah dude, it's fair play and stuff. So Parrod's fighting Ex-Aid, and he's all like, hey, why aren't you bringing out Mighty Brothers yet? And Ex-Aid's all like, well, it was my day off, so I kind of left them all at home, aside from the basic Mighty Action X Gashot. And Parrod's all like, oh my goodness, that is so lame, what the hell? So this prompts the developer to give Emu the Juju Burger Gashot, which he uses to take care of Snipe pretty quickly and rescue Burgermon. I like Juju Burger because the jingle is just great. They got it down to a T. It's just simple phrase, burger, Juju Burger. But it's delivered with a good tone, and the background music is really good, to where it's one of the best jingles in Ex-Aid so far, which is great. And the armor consists of a skateboard, a roller skating helmet, a chest piece, rollerblades, and also ketchup and mustard wrist launchers. He squirts mustard and ketchup to attack people. So it's a very simplistic form, but it just works, and I like that it actually became a thing too. Only thing is, you can only get the Gamba Ride card for it through a McDonald's promotion, though, which is kind of interesting. But basically, he goes over there. Developer and Burgermon head back to the CR with him. Developer tells him the story I told you, that was the flashback, basically. And, we have Parrot meeting with Dan, and, Dan's all like, Juju Burger? He's all like, yeah, Parrot's all like, yeah, that level 4 Gashot you commissioned. And he's all like, yeah, now I remember. It didn't have, that much developers for it, so it wasn't part of the original 10. So he's all like, you know what, I need to get that Gashot back. Back to the CR, and you basically have Hero, who is surprised about Burgermon being here, and he's not going to take no nonsense from anyone, even as they try to explain, the whole reason behind Burgermon still being there. Because, the patient's stress is that if Burgermon goes, then he goes. Or if Burgermon gets hurt enough to near death, then the patient goes. So obviously they can't hurt Burgermon Otherwise, the developer is going to go bye-bye. But what's it called? Hero's confrontational attitude actually makes Burgermon feel like, oh, I have to be an enemy. I have to be, like, evil and stuff. And he tries to do that the next day. He leaves a message, but what's it called? Actually, he leaves a message in Pickles, and I love how they deduce that he's still nearby because Emu just eats a pickle. He's all like, it's still fresh, so he has to be nearby. I just find that funny. But what's it called? He's attacking people, and he's like slipping up, like he's going back and forth between like being evil and being goofy, and he's trying as hard as he can to be evil, and it's just kind of cute. But yeah, basically, so Taiga shows up, he goes snipe, and he's all like shooting down Burgermon, and eventually, what's it called? Emu's all like, wait, what? No. Enemies, their only purpose isn't just they have more than one purpose than just being defeated. So he goes Juju Burger again, and basically Burgermon, he starts shooting out projectiles, like, condiment-based projectiles, and like, not condiment-based projectiles, ingredient-based projectiles. That's what I meant. So Emu uses his condiment guns to freeze the ingredients in place, and he initiates the Juju Burger finisher, which involves him forming an energy plate that gathers all of the ingredients he shot and forms them all into a delicious burger. The energy plate becomes an actual plate, and he serves the burger to Burgermon, who eats it, and then he's all like, oh my goodness, this is so good, so happy, and game clear, and it's great. And it's like, it would be great if the episode ended there, but no, we need heartbreak, because this is a good monster episode, and this isn't Ghost, where everyone basically lives. So, everyone gets stage selected by Dan and Parad, which I'm surprised they can do, considering they don't have like the Kimiwaza slot that actually initiates that. But I mean, Dan is the game master, so I guess he can do that. What ensues is a fight between Genmu and Paradox versus Ex-Aid, Juju Burger, and just Snipe. And both, Ex-Aid and Snipe get their asses kicked, and eventually they lose the Juju Burger shot. However, Dan isn't done yet. He decides to target both the Burgermon and the developer, with Burgermon pushing the developer out of the way and fighting through Dangerous Zombie's critical dead attack, which is surprising because we haven't seen anyone really like cut through or break through the Dark Zombie clones that critical Critical Dead creates. So Burgermon fights through a couple of them before he gets caught in the explosion. He has the last few words. He'll like, keep making the games you love, keep your dream alive, so that you can make everybody smile. And then Burgermon falls back and explodes. Dan is very proud of himself at that moment, and everyone is horrified. Even Parad, like, he looks away when he sees that, because he realizes that's plain cold murder. Because with the other Bugsters, even though Parad killed Revel, he knew that Dan was going to save his data in the bug visor. So, he didn't have to worry about that. Dan didn't do anything. He straight up murdered this monster, especially because Revel attacked Parad, so that's why he had his reasons for, killing Revel. But Burgermon was a good boy. He didn't do anything. He was just standing there with his developer. And I'm pretty sure Dan wanted to kill the developer too. But, what's it called? Yeah. Everyone is horrified. Nico, Taiga, Poppy, frickin' Emu. He actually gets a bit of his Bugster side out as a result of this. But yeah, So the episode ends with Parad and Dan's quickly deteriorating relationship because what's it called? He's all like, "So why did he kill the Bugster?" It's all like, "Oh, it was not necessary. I am the game master." And Powered's all like, "Okay, then delete the Juju Burger data." He's all like, "No, what's it called? I commissioned this in the first place, so it's technically still my game. So I'm going to keep this data. It'll be really good data for Kamen Rider Chronicle." And what's it called? So he does this, and he's all like, he gets a very serious face. He's all like, "Please don't confuse Bugsters with Gashots." And then, the episode basically, ends with a shot of Kamen Rider Chronicle where, what's it called? It shows off the level 1 forms, a bunch of them, and I'm all like, I'm curious as to what this actually is. We actually do have news on new Kamen Rider Ex-Aid stuff, but considering this video's gone on long enough, I feel like, I'll save that for another time, especially because I won't have as much to talk about next week, in terms of stuff, because I'm only going to be watching Kamen Rider Ex-Aid episode 18. So yeah, Kamen Rider Ex-Aid episode 17. It was an enjoyable one, nice, goofy, but very heartbreaking because, Burgermon was a good boy. Why did he have to kill Burgermon? Now I hate Genmu even more, and I feel the need to eat hamburgers in honor of Burgermon. So, there's that. Anyway, I'm Zero, this was Zero Views, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.